Hey guys, this is Gene and welcome back to our Let's Play of Quest for Infamy. In today's video, we will be officially becoming our class. I've decided to play the warrior style, but I have not been able to find the mentor. Let's get up this way. I guess a warrior would be near a smithy of sorts, I guess. Item shop?
The solid wooden doors lead into the building.
It said talk to you after the
door is
execution.
locked. You assume the owner is away, or inside doing something naughty that he doesn't want to share with the general public.
Naughty, naughty. Alright, we have a smithy.
The blacksmith is large and intimidating. You don't want to mess around with him.
Nice night, eh?
Yes, it is. Clear night. Always is after a man's been executed.
Nasty business.
Well, they just have to choose a night to execute someone when it is good weather. If it's not good weather, they can just delay the execution. Of course, it will always be clear after an execution.
It certainly is. How can I help you?
Ask about
Edward Smith. Smith by name, Smith by trade. Feel free to call me Smith.
That's pretty convenient.
The fires of my forge have burned for many years. It's been my family's trade for ages. The fire is part of my family. It never extinguishes. This fire, to my knowledge, has burned since my father's 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 father started it. We tend to it every day. My father tended to it for his father, I tended it for mine, and my boy tends to the fire for me. He makes sure it is fueled and fostered every day.
Oh, we have a
I love my home.
handed down.
It's been the seat of my family for generations. He
Fire.
seeks the peace. Sometimes I wonder at what cost, but I do believe he means well. I make weapons when I must. I do not lie or boast when I claim them to be the best. If I make an instrument that must take a man's life, I would have that man be slain with a weapon of purity and strength, so that he is sent to meet the Maker with honor.
Nice. Alright, so what do you have to sell? A throwing blade, 50 blights. A chain, 10 feet of chain, 250 blights. Iron spikes, 20 blights. A jeweled ceremonial dagger, 1,000 blights. Leather armor, 400 blights. Hide armor from the hide of a brown bear, 700 blights. And chain armor, 1,200 blights. Alright. I guess this is to steal items, so I'm not gonna...
A blacksmith shop. It's the front door.
How exciting! Oh, there's a bank. Interesting, I didn't come here yet.
This massive door seems... These houses look to be in... These houses...
I guess they're locked for the day. But always
The
figure things
door
out.
is locked.
Yep. Is this a dead end? Yeah, I guess a bank in a dead end would make quite a lot of sense, so that the thief would have to run out all the way. To the pub.
Friend, come on over, have a pint.
Don't mind if I do.
Look at this fella. He looks too handsome to enjoy a drink.
I don't need to be hit on by guys.
Yeah, let's get him some apple juice.
I'll take some milk. From your mother's breast. Again, I always go back for seconds.
I'll bust your lip for that, mate.
Shut up. You'd piss yourself trying. He's a good guy. Boys, this is Mr. Rome. Rome, meet the boys.
Hello, gentlemen.
We're just having a few pints. Please join us.
Sounds good.
Why don't we have some fun? You up for a drinking contest?
Sure, why not?
I'm always up for a contest. And I'm always up for drinking. Sounds good to me.
Splendid. All right, the rules are, drink these pints until you can't drink no more.
Prepare to change your religion, sir.
Drink up. The mouse cursor is going wee.
I think you've had enough.
I am slightly tipsy.
Why don't we have some...
Not in the mood right now.
You're lost, friend. Who doesn't want to drink?
Where is the warrior class?
You are correct.
Goodbye.
Okay, walk a bit faster, sir, Rome.
So I says to him,
Now what?
I'm getting to that, you can't. So I says to him, Robert, you can't use it. And I says, Robert, that ain't, you know it.
What?
He says, so I says, you got me there, you bastard. Yar, looks like old Agate been letting his.
So he was going.
Ha! I know.
Okay, guess it's not here. The inn, alright. Actually haven't been here yet.
What a quaint and lovely place. You actually bet the rooms and beds are nice here. For a change.
For a change.
Hello, stranger.
Hello there, Ina.
Hey, nice duster.
Thanks. Nice beard.
I grew it myself.
I bet you did. Pa bought this inn years ago, when I was little, and I've lived here most of my life. I clean and take care of the guests.
I bet you do.
Vokesville is very quiet, but I like it here. I go down to Tyr with Pa every few months, but I love my home. I don't like Rayford. I know people say he's good for the village, but I think he's a bad man. My Pa's the greatest. He takes such good care of me, and this inn. I miss her.
But I suppose you'd be interested in meeting me for a drink at a pub later.
No, she isn't interested.
Oh, fair enough then. Can't blame a guy for asking.
No, you can't. I totally would, but Pa would break your legs if I went with you.
Good lord, you're going to get me killed.
Maybe, but it's a good time though, isn't it?
Very, very nice.
Well, it was
Goodbye.
lovely talking to you, Ina.
Oh, such a gentleman.
There's a dude dressed in a safari outfit sitting by the fire.
Well, hello, young fellow. How are you?
I'm above ground. It's a start.
Indeed. Can I help you?
Ask about me.
Well, where are my manners? Ned O'King, adventurer, explorer, and cataloger of rare animals, and in some cases, monsters. Well, I travel from land to land looking for new species of animals. I catalog them all, and then I publish my findings. I have several books in print. They are fascinating, eh? I love your regular old bear or raccoon, but when you find that rare species, That's what makes the job. Well, there's an interesting subject. You do see them around here. I try to avoid them and study from afar. Mostly I try to talk to others who've seen and dealt with them. I use their information to write about how to deal with them. This area has such an interesting array of monsters, even undead. And the regions within each area are almost unique in their variety. There's the Volksville Woods, which currently surround us. To the west lie the grasslands, and just north and east of here are the 99-acre woods. Or the North Woods, as some call it. Up north and a little west of here is the Krasnen Swamp. Head south towards the ocean to see the amazing South Woods. Each area holds variety to keep me fascinated for years of study. Feel free to ask me about anything you might want to, and I'll tell you what I know. From what you describe, this sounds like a Hundelvorn. The thing about them is, they aren't natural. A Hundelvorn is generally some kind of purposeful mutation of a creature, or man. In those cases, some kind of magic or alchemy is involved. I'll tell you though, you should worry less about the beast, and more about who made the beast. I'll tell you. The main creatures you'll encounter around here are the Rukiti. They're a red-skinned creature, generally armed with a flail, who are mean and will probably attack you on sight. I've heard they're not too difficult to defeat in combat, although I've never tried myself. You'll probably encounter some brutes as well if you wander around enough. That's what they call the local brigands around here. Rough lot.
Alright, so brutes and...
A good offense is probably just slashing at these types instead of just trying to stab them. The grasslands are an amazing place. So vast and full of grass. I made a rhyme. Besides the Rukiti, who seem to be most everywhere around these parts, you'll probably see some jaguars during the day and wolves at night. Both are just normal animals. Nothing too special about them, except they seem to be more susceptible to slashing as opposed to other attacks. I surmise that to these creatures, the weapon looks like a giant steel claw, which sends them into a panic. But that's just a theory. You might find that wolf fur will go for a fair bly in the right place, too.
Nice. Oh wow.
What a fascinating place the 99-acre woods are. They originally started off as 100 acres, but rumor has it that it was measured wrong by the lord or king of the time. It was once an area set aside for hunting bears, but since it's been left to go wild, some giant spiders have moved in. Both of these animals are weak against your slashing attack.
So
I've never
slash
ventured north
everything?
into the swamps, although I hear it's a fascinating place. Check with the apothecarian in town here. He goes there or sends his young apprentice there to collect herbs and plants. I can tell you that there are swamp Rukiti there, cousin to the red-skinned ones around these parts. They're more vicious than their cousins, but they tend to not like a stabbing attack. Throws them off their game. Now what I am intrigued by in there is the giant snakes. I've never seen one before, but I hear they're a sight. Being a wild beast, I'd have to assume they wouldn't like a slashing motion of the sword, but don't quote me on that. The leaves and colors of the South Woods are amazing. Truly a great part of the world, but that doesn't mean there's not some fierce creatures about as well. The whole area is crawling with dwarves, and they're nothing like you see in books or hear about. Nasty little buggers. They'll cut you up and sell your body parts for a bly if they can. I really couldn't tell you the best way to deal with them except to stay away if you see them. Oh, the undead. Most people think these are just made-up fairy tales to scare young children, but they're certainly more than that. The old graveyard to the north has its fair share of wights, skeletons, and specters. The information I have on them is sketchy, but from what I understand, and there's a certain logic to this, they don't like being bashed, so your best bet is to hack away at them until they drop. Then, run like hell. It makes sense to me not to bother stabbing them. After all, there's no internal organs in the undead, so just what would you be stabbing, eh? Well, I've heard rumors of gelatinous cubes wandering the darker places of this very area. They're very odd and dangerous creatures. Apparently made of some kind of sentient jelly. You can usually see the remains of their previous victims inside. Don't get too close, or it will suck you in, dissolve, and eat you. Yum. You can kill it by lighting it on fire and making sure that it stays burning. Just attacking it with a torch isn't going to work.
Nice to know. You never know when you need to kill some living jelly.
Alright, so we have some combat tips.
Well, it was nice talking with you. Come back if you need any kind of help.
Basically, it's slash everything except undead. Where
Hello
you
there,
bash.
stranger.
And the swamp rookie D,
Hello there,
where you
Antigua.
stab.
Castle's my name. This, as you may have guessed, is my inn.
Lovely. Love the view.
I do my best, and I promise the rooms are cozy.
Excellent. Hi, Kiss.
Hello, sir. How can I...
I'd like a room, please.
Why, sure. So I guess you don't want to be staying in the stable, I take it? Yes. We have fine rooms here. My daughter Ina will make it up for you. The cost is $5 a week. We can start a tab if you like.
That sounds fine.
Well, your room is up the stairs, down the hall on the left. You're in the deer suite. It's decorated with boars. I'm kidding, of course.
What happened there?
I'd like to say it was something clever, but really, I just got drunk one night and thought it was funny. Now I'm too ashamed to go back on my own joke.
I like a man with conviction.
Well, thank you, thank you. Anyway, we serve dinner here just before sundown, so if you want to be eating with us, just wander in around that time. We have a few regulars that like to come in and eat, so there's plenty of people to chat with if that's your thing.
Thank you.
Well, when I came into own in this building, it had been some kind of adventurous guild and mead hall. It was a wreck, really. Apparently, the adventurers around here were really more just a bunch of lying drunks. Great stories, but they couldn't take care of shite. Yep, she's my daughter, and don't think I don't know what she looks like. I've been growing a goiter since the day she passed into womanhood, and every man in this town has been sniffing after her. I keep an old hickory stick back here, just in case I have to crack a skull.
Excellent choice of protection.
Aye, thank you. Just say, sir, for safety's sake, that I hope I don't have to smack you upside the head for betraying my trust and good nature.
I should hope not. But let's say that if you had to, I'd know I deserved it, and I'd take the licking like a man.
Of course you know, I'd beat you till you're dead, sir.
For her? Yeah, it might be worth it.
You're a funny bastard. Well, I love this town. Lived here all my life. So did my folks. Father used to be a woodcutter, but I said screw that. Don't feel like swinging an axe all day. So now, I take care of travellers when they come in, and I feed people. It's not a bad life.
Not bad at all.
Ha! What a tough old prick he is. The only thing harder and more stubborn is my old hickory stick. You think I'm kidding when I say I'll bash you for taking advantage of Ina? No, sir.
Alright, so goodbye.
You be having a good night, okay,
We
Mr.
now have
Worm?
a room.
Goodbye.
To the left, Ina. So I guess this is my room.
You are not tired now. Perhaps you should be gaining favor with the local.
Yes,
You try with all your...
They still need me to look for a mentor, apparently according to the save game. Haven't figured out the routes for getting the warrior class. Is that a pathway? Doesn't seem like it, so let's... Oh, okay, we can hit... Yes, we can walk through. Alright.
It's a... you'd not.
Or other choices, we have only rogue and mage. That would be weird. Good stuff.
The door is
The door is...
Okay, let's go and talk to the mage. Maybe we have to deny the mage class to become a warrior class. Or do we not have to do anything at all?
Is there something I might help you with? Ah, yes, magic. I do owe you a conversation about this. Let me ask you, what do you know of magic?
Mostly disappearing rabbits, tricks with cards, and how to disarm a woman out of her virtue.
Ah, yes, most fine and excellent forms of entertainment. But no, those are not attributes of real magic. Oh yeah, magic. Magic is the essence of the soul, pulled forth from the ether and made physical and active by the sheer force of will that comes from within us and within everything around us. I realize this sounds like a lot of philosophical nonsense, but it is an art. To wield it, one has to train the mind as well as the body, and you must learn to combine the spiritual with the physical.
Combining spiritual with physical. Buddy, that's what got me in trouble with the Baron's daughter in the last town I came from.
I'm not speaking of copulation, young man. To know spells, well, the incantation is only part of a larger process. Knowing the words to say aloud is one part. That physical act accesses the mental acuity, which allows you to tap into the metaphysical. But magic comes from combining the metaphysical with the physical. See, in order to cast, say, a flame projectile, you not only need to know the chant for the spell, but you'd have to have a physical vessel for it.
And what would that be?
It's these kinds of secrets that one learns when one becomes a user of magic. Would you be interested in becoming a user of magic?
The path of the sorcerer. No, not yet.
No, we can all be winners now, can we? Have a good night, sir.
Okay, so we said no to the path of the sorcerer. We need to find a path soon. Where will a path be?
Hey there, Udo.
Well, hello there, friend. How can I help you today?
Ask about, more options, alright?
Yeah, it's a little old graveyard. Kind of quaint. I guess they realized they could only fit so many bodies in there. So there's another, larger cemetery outside of town. Now that place is a sight to see. There's a lot of tombstones, but the mausoleums are crazy. Plus, the old caretaker's mansion is out there. No one's lived there for a few years, and I think most of the transients around stay there. I hope you don't have to stay there, mister. Ah, you've met Kurt. Big brute, isn't he? Well, he's definitely an interesting fella. Loves to drink. Pretty well restrained too, for an ox. Heh, oh, Ian, that guy. Well, he's tricksy. Prospero scared you a bit, didn't he? Meeting him is a treat for sure. I met him once out on the street, asked if he had the time. Gave me 1,000 yard stare. I swore his eyes swirl with the stars in the heavens, and he said, "The time is now and forever, little man." Pretty out there. My, that was certainly scary. I wouldn't want my head to roll like that, or end up on a spike. Yep, its head on a spike. It kind of creeps me out.
Alright, so that's everything. Goodbye.
Good luck, sir, and remember...
It's a head on a spike. Nice.
It's the severed head of Marcus Van Houten. Sadly, it doesn't look too good separated from his body.
I wonder if you can steal it.
You don't want to...
Okay. Alright, so I will save and call the video here. I'll wander around and look for the warrior's path myself. So yeah, if you enjoyed the series, please do like, comment and subscribe. Helps me out a lot. Thanks guys for watching. See you guys in the next video, and as usual, this is Gene signing out.